Good morning, y'all. I look like crap because I haven't slept, and that's about normal. Yeah, I've been sick, so it hasn't been all that fun. But either way, I just made it. It's like August 31st, and I'm gonna do it, damn it. I've been busy doing a bunch of things between being sick and whatever, but busy doing a bunch of things behind the scenes, so all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I haven't done a video this month. I had one video up, and I'm gonna be kind of all over the place anyway because that's how scattered my brain is. I ended up looking at the eclipse from the side. I didn't go out. I'm one of those weird people that actually remembers when it was here. I think it was 1978, 1979. I remember going out school, and we had like those box with the pinhole thing so you can see stuff underneath, and yeah, it was a little weird. But that's how we did it back then, and so I remember that whole entire experience, and I wasn't gonna go out to try to do that. I'm happy for those that actually had the opportunity to see it, and like when it got like really dark and everything. That's actually pretty cool. So I think we're supposed to be like 2026. I don't know. I'm surprised we actually didn't have full rain or sun, because usually full rain or extremely cloudy. Sorry, we didn't get the sun. Which turned out fun anyway, and then so I kept looking at the time. I'm like, when is this supposed to be here? And then so just out on a whim, I ended up putting my camera looking out the back window, and it was just above me. So it was just above me. In fact, I looked up and almost blinded myself. I'm like, oh yeah, it's there. And I noticed that it was starting to turn. I'm like, damn it, put the camera up. I'd never done a time lapse on this camera before. And so it's like, okay, so how do I do this? Oh my god, this looks terrible. And then I like ran over to YouTube videos, like, what are the settings? What are the settings? Like, I felt like an idiot. So, but I actually managed to get it done. I ended up recording. I mean, the whole thing is like 2.5 minutes. And I ended up recording for like, I think about half hour, 45 minutes. So I just kind of waited until the whole thing happened and then edited down the video so you can see what I saw. So, but it was, it was fun. It was like at the end of it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of did get a little bit dark. I mean, obviously it didn't get full dark because I'm in Jersey on the southern side, but I was still, I think it was like 75%. Like it was, I mean, it was going over North Carolina at that time. So it's fine. I'm not gonna, like, you know, my bucket list is actually seeing the Milky Way, and I don't think I'll ever see it, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, anyway, so this month, I bought a bunch of light novels and stuff like that. It was my birthday month. Yes, you can laugh at me, I'm 45 now. And so, but I haven't gotten to them yet. So I'm starting like this nice pile of stuff that I haven't finished reading yet because I've been doing other things. So I think it was like ReZero ended up coming in, another Log Horizon. I forget a bunch of stuff that I ended up getting, and new tripod, which you'll probably see later. And so that one at least I can walk around with, and I'll show it to you. It's actually not that big, which is great. The other thing is this thing. So this is a light box, and I've gotten a lot of questions about this because people think this is a tablet. I don't have that kind of money to buy a tablet. So this one, you'll see, it goes to USB. Yeah, let me see. It's one of these corners. There's a micro USB. And there's no actual connection, like a wall socket. It just goes straight to USB. I have one of these things, and in fact I bought this for Japan in case if I needed, this can work in Japan all by itself. And it had a USB charger, so in case if I was going to use the USB, I mean this was cheap, like maybe $5 or something like that. It works great actually. It doesn't do a straight charge, which I found out later because this isn't actually a charging per se, but it's a good conduit if you're just going to put it up against the wall, which is what I would be doing with this. So while I go find, where is it? Yeah. See how it turns out. Now, of course, I don't have paper. I have my notes. But what you would do is basically you would draw something. Now, I have this tendency of when I haven't done straight drawing in years. I used to do it all the time, and my teachers would put it in like these different awards things, and I would get like trophies every once in a while. I'm like, I never did this on purpose. Of course, now that I've tatted that up, I haven't drawn in 20 years, so I'm sure everything's gonna suck now. But I would do a lot of rough sketching, and you know, with a lot of lines where I would try to get all the, so I would put everything in stick figures first and then draw around them, whatever. And it's a royal pain in the butt to just keep erasing this stuff. And then, of course, if I'm a brute, I'd end up breaking the paper because I'm using crap paper. So what I would do with a light box is I would put that underneath, and then it would light it. In fact, depending on, yeah, you see how it's like depending on how hard I hit it is, I don't know if you can, yeah, you actually can tell a little bit. So, yeah, of course, the sun is like right here. And so if it were later in the day, it'd be over, so I just try to take advantage that there is sun right now. And so you would put in the sheet of paper, and then of course with like a marker or something heavier. In fact, I've actually done watercolor that way, where I would just put everything and then the watercolor on top. And this is bright enough that actually can go through I think construction paper, which is one of the thicker ones. So, but yeah, and so hopefully I'll start drawing more stuff. I wanted to do like different ideas for what's it called, for the t-shirts. And yes, Emily, I have your thing, and I've showed it before. I just wanted different projects to do. And so the other project, of course, is tied to what I've been watching. I'm what I call a serial marathoner. I would take a series and watch that over and over to the point where I'm actually learning Japanese that way, because I'm memorizing a lot of key phrases and stuff. And so I actually run through that particular scene in my head, and I can actually speak half of the, I'm not just memorizing stuff. So yeah, that's how that works. But anyway, I've been on VRV a lot, hashtag not sponsored. And so on there, I ended up finding something called fan service, which is meant on purpose, of course. It's the Rooster Teeth anime podcast thing, and I had no idea that sucker existed. And of course, I ended up marathoning absolutely everything in like 4 days, because they're like an hour each, and they're like 20 something episodes. Yeah. I went hardcore on that. And I started missing doing the podcast, because for those who remember, William and I did the Final Stage podcast for 2 years. And every month we'd get together. And what a lot of people didn't know is that, here we get together, start setting up, making sure of our audio levels and whatever, just checking up on how we're doing. Go through it, and then every once in a while you see that anime was actually in there, and other pop culture things that we like, video games and whatever, and that would be part of the discussion. Now, after we finished, the Sasuke broadcast, that sort of thing, we would go for like 4 or 5 hours talking about anime, or in his case wrestling, or video games, and just other pop culture things that we like, geeky things. And we would just do that while I'm like rendering the sound and uploading it, and then he can get the copy of it, and that sort of thing. And we did that all the time, and I've always meant to do something about that, and I've never did. And I thought I was going to do like YouTube videos on it or whatever. So in fact, I think tonight we're going to be getting together to see if that works out. One bonus thing is that my husband's going to be is interested in doing that as well, so we'll try to get all the audio set up. We'll probably have to put him in the back bedroom, me up here, or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I don't know when that episode's gonna come out. We haven't taped it yet, and I'm not sure how much of that is gonna be tapeable, because we're gonna be working on setups and whatever, and we'll probably chat a little bit. So I'll probably do like an episode 0 or something, like a compilation of things that we talked about, and then probably a true podcast probably next month. I don't know. I'm not sure what the setup is going to be on that, but we'll see. So look forward to that if anybody is interested. I know a few people had mentioned that he missed the podcast. It's not going to be Sasuke. One happy thing is at least that William's been doing his stuff, American Ninja Warrior, and that's been coming out great. So I'm really happy for him. So, but all of the anime stuff and whatever is going to be on my channel. So it's my turn to start editing those monsters, and I'm sure William's just going to sit there going, ah, this is what it feels like to not have to edit stuff down. So it'll be my turn. So, but yeah, and that's pretty much it for this month. Like I said, it's been pretty quiet. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm always working on in the background, and anybody that's ever tried to get a project up and running from the ground up knows my pain. So, you know, getting letters, getting rejection letters, some ignoring it, some getting back going, great, but we don't have money. That's a lot of those. So I guess the positive thing is that a lot of people like the ideas that I'm working on. It's just whether or not I can get enough people to kind of sponsor the project for me to actually get that off the ground. But we'll see. You know, plenty of things that I worked on during the Sasuke era that never came to light. So yeah, and that's never coming to light. It's like 3-4 years down the drain, but 'tis his life. That happens all the time. So, but we'll see. So until next month, hopefully soon. It's supposed to 1 month in between videos. I didn't realize how much time had passed. So I'll talk to you later. Take care.